Hiya and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. A couple of weeks back, I was standing right in front of the Oculus Quest 2 VR headset, and I was looking at the Resident Evil 4 VR marketing material on the box, and I was so tempted to buy it because Sony were, and to be honest with you, still are, taking their time providing solid launch details for their upcoming PlayStation VR 2 headset. So I was really tempted. I was like, you know what? I can't wait for VR 2 to come out. I need some kind of VR experience. And Resident Evil 4 VR on Quest 2 was the driving force behind my temptation, okay? But I stood there and I thought to myself, once VR 2 comes out, this Quest 2 is going to gather dust and it's going to be a waste of money. So I turned my back on Quest 2, Oculus Quest 2, and I walked away from Oculus Quest 2, and I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that because last night PlayStation had their State of Play event, and how did they open? How did they open the event? With the announcement, the official announcement for Resident Evil 4 Remake on PlayStation 5. It's coming to other consoles as well, but more importantly, it's going to have VR2 support. So I am so glad once again that I walked away from Quest 2. I'm worried about it, to be honest with you. Worried about what? In particular, the Resident Evil 4 remake. What in particular are you worried about? But you are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you doing today on this lovely Friday? Hope you enjoyed the live stream. I've probably beat RE4 more times than any other game. Well, it's been released so many times across so many platforms. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. So, yeah, so I am so glad that I actually walked away from Oculus Quest 2 because here I am now looking forward to PlayStation VR 2 like never before. And I'm going to have a Resident Evil 4 experience in VR, which was the motivation for me wanting to get Quest 2 in the first place, because they had a version of Resident Evil 4 on it. But that was like an older version of Resident Evil 4. Like that was the original Resident Evil 4 basically in VR. But this upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake is just that. It's a remake. So it's going to look far better than Resident Evil 4 on Oculus Quest 2. So that's what I'm looking forward to now. And yeah, again, it paid off. I'm glad that I walked away from Oculus Quest 2. Because now we can look forward to a full-on remake of Resident Evil 4. And it's going to have VR2 support. Can't wait. I'm just worried they will deviate from what made RE4 great. That's always, you see, that's always going to be the way, right? When it comes to remake. So I hear you completely there. I'll read the rest of your comment there now. And Chad, I see you're in the live stream. Chatty, my boy, Street Fighter Odyssey. Street Fighter Odyssey. What's that about? Mr. Middleton, you are always very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you doing on this lovely Friday? Hope you enjoyed the live stream / discussion. To begin with, I was already sad that they parted ways with the original Leon voice actor. See, things like that will happen as well, because these are real people with real lives, and they get different job offers and stuff like that. RE Village gave me hope though. Street Fighter 6 is what? Hardly. Street Fighter 6 is open world. How the hell does that make sense? I'll have to look into that. An open world Street Fighter game. That's bizarre. Then again, though, we've got an upcoming open world Sonic the Hedgehog. There is gameplay as well, so bear in mind with that. Open world Street Fighter 6. Okay, so back at, I hear your point. I'm actually looking at it in a lot more of an optimistic way. You see, when I first heard the rumors there was going to be a Resident Evil 4 remake, I didn't care. To be honest with you, there's the part of me that still doesn't care. The reason I'm so hyped for Resident Evil 4 remake is because of VR2 support. And again, I'm so glad that I walked away from Oculus Quest 2 because the reason I wanted Oculus Quest 2 was because of their version of Resident Evil 4. So I'm so glad I waited because now there's a full-on remake of Resident Evil 4 and it's going to have VR2 support. So that's the main reason why I'm actually hyped for Resident Evil 4 remake is the VR2 support. I mean, I thought VR2 is going to have full 4K and OLED display, like far better than Quest 2. So yeah, so as far as a story it's not that it's a deviation. It's actually I like to look at it from the point of view of I see Parker is here, but really it's not worth the effort for a piece of paper. What? What's a piece of paper, Parker? What are you talking about? Um, right. So I like to look at it from a point of view of an optimistic sense. I feel like they're actually expanding on the lore. For instance, you see the cutscene in the trailer of Leon meeting with the president. So you're obviously going to see a cutscene there where Leon basically briefs, the president briefs Leon on the fact that his daughter is being kidnapped. So stuff like that, you know. Um, I don't know. I just think that there's a lot more that can be done when it comes to cinematic cutscenes now in modern technology that couldn't be done back on the original version, which is eventually going to play as well. This is the original version, by the way, of Resident Evil 4 on Nintendo GameCube. This is where it all began. As I was joking, well, not joking, it's a fact about in the other live stream. Nintendo is the mother of Resident Evil 4, and the GameCube is its home. So that's the version I'm going to be playing in just a moment. But there's a lot more you can do now when it comes to storytelling because of modern technology. So I don't know. I mean, if they don't go mental, right? If they don't go mental with the story and have like Ada, you know, like um being like Leon's long lost sister or something like that, you know, then I don't mind too much, you know. But I hear what you're saying, Becca. I hear what you're saying. I really do. Sorry, wrong live stream. You mad bastard. My tax check came to my old roommate place. I'm just hoping they give it to me. Oh God, I went to the. Oh, well, did you trust him? Do you think he'll give it back to you? Jesus. The way it was explained to me is that Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil reworks are basically a separate. They're not a separate timeline. I don't know who told you that, but they're wrong. And reimagining. No, 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 no. That's not true. That is not true. Which is fine. No, that's not true. That's not true. They're just remakes. You see, Capcom has always kind of explored the lore of a Resident Evil game whenever they remake one. The first Resident Evil remake, of course, was Resident Evil 1, and they did explore story elements there. They just expand upon it, you know, they expand upon the existing lore. Nothing too crazy, but it's not a spin off. Like, of course, it's canon, it's completely connected to the timeline, 100% there. So I personally am not too worried about the story being a deviation from the existing lore. I'm not too worried about that. I think it's if anything, it's going to expand upon it. That's the way I look at it. The Las Plagas and the RE3 rework was weird to me. It kind of explains why and how Nemesis was created. I think it actually makes a lot of sense actually that it was created using the Las Plagas to kind of to create that Nemesis Type A. Um, yeah, I'm okay with that now personally, but I hear what you're saying though. We are not on good terms. Oh God, that's not good. She texted me last night, but not responding to texts and calls. I'm going to Jesus, get that started out as soon as you can. Okay, gameplay time. So as I mentioned, I am playing the original version of Resident Evil 4. That was released on the GameCube back in 2005. Again, Nintendo is the mother of Resident Evil. Nintendo gave birth to this iconic game that's been remade next year. Came with 2 discs. This is the original box, of course, and the home is the Nintendo GameCube. I'm not going to show too much of this because I showed it already, but this is the back of the box. It's explaining how different this game is, and all of that jazz. 18 plus on the Nintendo console. Okay, gameplay time. But the PS2 version had a lot of bonus stuff. It did indeed. You are correct. The PS2 version had was in a separate ways, wasn't it? Or was it assignment data? Yeah, did have extra costumes as well, with the sacrifice of visuals, of course, because visually it was better on the GameCube. See, Capcom went to Nintendo with Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil Zero because at the time the GameCube had the better graphics. At the time, it was the most powerful console of that generation. Of course, the Wii version then would have the superior graphics and the PS2 content with the added motion control. So a lot of people would argue the Wii version is actually the better version. A lot of people, there's going to be there's a lot of versions of Resident Evil 4, and with the remake coming up, a lot of people will have, like everyone will have their own like preferred version. I think for me, it would have to be the Wii version. For me, I think soon to be the VR remake, definitely. So what you're looking at is the original Resident Evil 4. I personally think it still holds up to this day, visually and gameplay wise. Are you excited for the Callisto Protocol made by the developer? I actually thought that was Dead Space, to be honest with you. That was inspired by Paul Anderson's event Horizon. I didn't know about that. Damn. I bought it on every console that came out. No, I think we all did. No, to be honest with you, I think we all did. Okay, if I remember correctly, I actually did a bit of backtracking. I actually got the two pieces to open the gate down here, but I'm actually going to look for some ammo and items like health now and stuff. But I think this game still holds up to this day. That's my personal opinion anyway, and I'm sticking to it. I already broke that, didn't I? Some shotgun shells there. So it's always better to have a good look around before you move on to the next area to make sure that you've gotten everything. Look, there's some handgun ammo here now as well, so you've got to do that, like. But I personally didn't think the game needed the visual remake. A lot of people will disagree with me completely. It's just fine. But I do think though that the game does it could do with like a remake in terms of like expanding upon the lore of the story, which is going to be done, which is being confirmed. See, got a green herb there now, so you always have to go have a good look around. Look, and a green herb up here. Some gold. This is where I need to go, by the way. I won't go there just yet. I want to make sure that I have everything. Callisto Protocol looks awesome. It just looks so much like Dead Space though. Alan Wake 2 Dead Space Remastered and Callisto Protocol. They didn't show much content with the showcase. Do you know if you mean like content overall or content as in Resident Evil 4 Remake? Do you know if it's first person perspective, or did they keep it the remake third person? But obviously when it comes to VR2, it's going to be in first person, I would imagine anyway. For me, no, when it came to the state of play last night, obviously hyped for some Resident Evil 4 VR2. They're also making Resident Evil Village with VR2 support, and I can only hope to God that I wasn't here already, wasn't I? I can only hope to God that they add in VR2 support for Resident Evil 7 and 2 and 3 remake as well, because they are coming to PS5 later this year as well. So I was excited for some Resident Evil VR content, because again, like the point of this live stream is I'm so glad I actually walked away from Oculus Quest 2 and waited for VR2. Now it isn't here yet, but at least now I know that Resident Evil 4 is getting remade officially with VR2 support. If I hadn't waited, I would have spent €400 on Quest 2 just for Resident Evil 4, right? Then I would have found out about this last night, and I would have been snapping, because eventually when Resident Evil 4 VR comes out, Quest 2 would have just gathered dust, right? And I would have just gotten the remake and VR2. So yeah, I'm so glad I walked away. Like, I mean, it wasn't easy for me to walk away, let me tell you, because it was just so tempting. Like, It was so tempting. It was just there in front of me saying, buy me. But I didn't. And again, I'm glad that I didn't. Kotaku and the review bombers called the Sonic Frontiers gameplay an Unreal. Yeah, I heard that, but to be fair, they were only showing exploration. I think people are a bit too quick to judge that. I myself found it a little bit empty too, but I think they were just showing exploration. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely a good thing that you waited. Oh, 100%, like, isn't it? I'm so glad, again, I'm so glad I waited. I'm going to keep on saying this in the live stream because that's the whole point of this live stream. I also wanted to add some gameplay. Like, obviously I wanted to show Resident Evil 4, but I wanted to show the original version. Everyone's going to have their version of Resident Evil 4. And there's a lot of factors for that. I mean, obviously their age is one of them, because they might not be alive when the original GameCube version came out. Another thing then is this comes into people's choice of console, people's preference in terms of like visuals over gameplay, innovation over technology, or innovation over specs, stuff like that. Again, for me, the Wii version is the best. Like, I know it looks better on PS. I think it's time for me to go to that gate. I have enough items. Yeah, I do have more than enough actually, don't I? But yeah, it just comes down to people's personal preferences. For me, again, it's the Wii version, and I mean, it's definitely going to be the VR2 version when that comes out. Definitely. All I'm saying, the dog better still be. Do you know what, man? I'm the same, man. I was actually going to say that actually at some stage. I was going to say that I have to combine these two pieces. I was going to say the exact same thing. Bring back the dog. Now, obviously, this game is in standard definition. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, it looks better with the HD remasters. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, a remaster is going to look different, but I think visually the game holds up. Forget VR. Buy the Sega Mega Drive Mini 2. Fuck's sake. Oh, fuck's sake. So I have a Mega Drive. I don't have a mini CD though. Mega CD though. I have the Chinese third party mini Mega Drives, the ones where you can actually put cartridges into it. I don't think you can get any better than that now, to be honest. Now again, obviously I can't play Mega CD games. But still, like, So the version I'm playing right now is basically the version that Meta is offering you, Facebook are offering you with Quest 2. Obviously, it looks better before anyone, Supon, points out the obvious. Obviously, it looks better. I'm not saying it looks like this on Quest 2, but it's still the base game. Like, this is the game you're going to be playing, regardless of how well it looks on Quest 2. So that's why again, I'm so glad I actually walked away from Quest 2 and look forward to a full-on remake of Resident Evil 4 on VR2, which is going to be superior than Quest 2 because it's going to have full 4K and OLED display. I'm actually surprised how great the game looks on GameCube. Yeah, man, same here. Same here. That's what I was trying to highlight actually a couple of live streams back when I actually went back and played this again. It still holds up. This is the original GameCube version. The GameCube version, again, it was the better game visually, compared to the PS2. The PS2 sacrificed a bit of the visuals in order to get content. Because the GameCube, believe it or not, the GameCube was the most powerful console of its generation. Obviously, the remasters, made it look better as well. But it's still, every time I go back to the original GameCube version, it still does hold up, like, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, Sega wants you to buy version 2. Well, they can fuck off. You know what I mean? What the only consoles are making right now, they can't let go of that past. You see, that's what it is. And the headshot. forget what the melee attacks. I also like what Capcom have actually said shortly after the state of play last night when they revealed Resident Evil 4 Remake is they're actually calling it a survival horror game. Now, obviously, we know that Resident Evil 4 was more action orientated, but it would be interesting to see, are they going to lean more down the road of survival horror compared to like the amount of action they introduced into the original? That'll be an interesting one. Now, I'm interested to see what happens there. Will it be a full-on action Resident Evil game, or will they actually go down the road of survival horror? Well, I mean, I had a bit of both, really, you know. But I think the amount of ammo you had in the game was a bit insane, like, you know. I prefer a full-on survival horror experience now. But that's just my personal opinion on it, like. Either way, I'm definitely going to buy it because I want this in VR too, like, you know. All I wanted from VR was Resident Evil, you know. Did you see the new combat gameplay? I haven't seen it yet, don't spoil it. You see, that's what I'm trying to say. People were bashing, the exploration gameplay of Sonic Frontiers, saying it was empty and boring. But, like, this now, like, will have combat, like, so I'm going to watch it now later. I'm going to check that one out now. I can jump in the window. There. Oh shit. Smashed it with a level of detail. I like when they blow themselves up. Not point in wasting my handgun ammo. Do you know what I would have loved, actually, for the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 4, is if they actually based those games off Resident Evil 1.5, you know, the original version of Resident Evil, where they had like new characters, new story arcs, and everything, right? I would have loved that. And then at Resident Evil 4, I would have loved one of the original versions, because there was many versions of Resident Evil 4. I would have loved the one where Leon is going into Spencer's estate, and he's been infected by the progenitor virus. That would have been great, actually. You know, but it is what it is, isn't it? Do people expect Sonic Frontiers to have big tongues and lots of people in Sky? No, yeah, like, you see, you've got all these open world heads, right? You've got all these open world heads that are like, what's this? Like, not every open world is gonna have the same world of your favorite open world. You're not gonna be able to go bowling with fucking, with what's his fucking face? Do you know what I mean? In GTA 4, like, you know? You're not gonna, like, Tails is not gonna phone you and say, I wanna go bowling, Sonic? You know, and go into the city and go, like, it's Sonic. The different worlds, different, you know what I mean? They're obviously going for a different team. Like, people were saying that Breath of the Wild was boring. No shit. The whole world was fucking ended. No shit, like, you know? Like, it was hardly going to be the life of the party, like, you know? So people have to understand the art direction behind the game, like, behind the open world, you know? Kind of ties in with the story of the game, like. That's what people don't seem to realise. Where'd you come from? That's what people don't realise, you know? Oh, there's more. He won't die. No, he's dead. I'm loving the headshots ever since I upgraded my handgun, I think. Well, actually, fun fact, we examine. Oh, never mind. Oh, it isn't the gun I was thinking of. We get it later on. We get it later on in the game. The Matilda, which is actually it's a reference to a movie. called Leon the something. So I watch a lot of Resident Evil videos, and so I know it. I almost got myself trapped. Keep forgetting if you could. Ah, there we go. The treasure. You have to get the treasure like every time you come in this area. Watching this makes me want to play again. That's the one, Leon the Professional. Ah, we've got an expert Resident Evil fan in the house. Love it. Supon be jealous. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, like this is a game I can go back and play a lot now, to be fair, like, you know. And there is something about the original version that I seem to prefer. Um, than the remasters. I don't know what it is, man. It's just you can't beat the original, you know. I don't care about visuals. I can go back and play Mario Bros. Right now, and I literally mean Mario Bros. Like the arcade Mario Bros. And have so much fun playing. I don't care about visuals. It's great to see games looking so cool, but you know, like one of the things I'm looking forward to about Resident Evil 4 remake, of course, is the VR. And again, I'm so glad I walked away from Oculus Quest 2 and walked away from that version of Resident Evil 4 and actually, you know, look forward now to Resident Evil 4 remake on VR2. I'm looking forward to the VR2 support, obviously, but I'm also looking forward to seeing the story of Resident Evil 4 being expanded upon. Like it's not so much about, oh my god, look at how real the green herbs look now and stuff. You're gonna get people like that, and fair enough, I respect that. Like everyone is different, everyone has their own preferences when they. Oh look, that was never mind. Sometimes it's like there's like snakes inside crates and stuff like that. Which is that's fine if people are looking forward to the visual side of things. But for me, it's just the VR2 and the expansion of the lore. It's a good movie too. You mean the Resident Evil series, or do you mean like putting all the cutscenes together? I agree. Oh, you mean like the drawing the Resident? Yeah, that was one of the modes actually introduced in the PS2 version of Resident Evil 4 was the was being able to watch all the cutscenes one after the other. I agree completely. Horizon 2 was great visuals, and I was bored out of my mind. The writing was terrible. Even Supon was saying that actually as well. Supon was saying that now as well actually about Horizon 2. Um, I kind of felt that way about Horizon 1, if I'm not going to lie. So that's the thing, like, you can make these games so, like, visuals are nothing without gameplay, you know? They're nothing without gameplay, you know? Thankfully, Resident Evil 4 always had great gameplay. I mean, it's the game that pretty much propelled so many game series that we all play today. Well, he got some melee attacks in, but he's too far away. Lord Sadler. Do you know who Lord Sadler actually looked like in the trailer last night? He actually looked like what you call it, the old lady slash Miranda in Village. I see like the game is going to look so much like Village. They're obviously going to use a lot of assets from Village in the remake of 4. So you're definitely going to see more of that in it. Leon is going to go fishing. I wonder will they remove this from the remake? Will a couple of snowflakes got offended? I wonder. So I don't want to waste my handgun ammo, so I'm hoping that I can just. There we go. Black Bass. It's like Animal Crossing now. Another GameCube game. Halo Open World is dead. RE4 has a great gameplay and great writing. I agree 100%. The back and forth between Leon and Hunnigan is awesome. Yeah, but it's a pity that in Quest 2 they had to remove some of that because some people got offended. They'll remove the fish stabbing but add a fishing skill. Probably, yeah. Leon with a fishing rod. They should remove the escort missions. The escort missions. The escort missions. You mean like when you're helping out Ashley? Or were you like making a joke? Apparently, according to the leaks, like the early leaks, Ashley, like you can actually control Ashley like independent or something, and you won't have to like save her as much, which is actually, to be honest with you, probably one of the best things I've actually heard about the game so far. Not gonna lie, that might be a treasure up here. No, I think that's enough fishing for now. Well, Leon's version of fishing, anyway, at least. You like Ashley? How dare you? How fucking dare you? Especially when she has the full body armor skin. I despise Ashley. I have to say no. I despise her. I hope she dies in the remake. Oh, my aiming. I think there's a snake inside there. No. There was a crate somewhere with a snake inside it. Right. Let's see the trap here. Oh. Supon, my boy, is in the live stream. It's my lover. Yep, that's me. It's okay, Supon. We can tell the world we're getting married. We're getting married next week in the church in Resident Evil 4. The last Illuminatus are marrying us. It's okay, we can tell people now. If RE5 and RE6 don't get remastered, then they're already a masterpiece. A masterpiece of shit is what they are. Supon, how are you keeping, my boy? You're very welcome, as always, to Green Hill Gaming. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Friday is going well. And I hope you enjoy my live stream of the original version of Resident Evil 4 on Nintendo GameCube, you know, because Nintendo is the mother of Resident Evil 4 and GameCube is the home. But I am looking forward to its new home, which is going to be VR2. And it's why I am so glad, Supon, because you know, a couple of weeks back, I was standing in front of Quest 2, looking back at the marketing material for Resident Evil 4, and I was tempted to get it, but I decided to walk away. And I'm so glad I walked away, because now I can look forward to a full-on remake of Resident Evil 4 with VR2 support. VR2 far better than Quest 2 because it's got full 4K and OLED display. So that's what we're talking about in this live stream. The fact that I'm glad I walked away from Quest 2. RE5, an underrated game. I wouldn't go that far now, but you're entitled to your opinion. You Gunsung defects are bad in the GameCube, and 20. It's not 20 frames per second. Supon, shut your goddamn mouth. Too good we are getting a remake with 4K 60 frames per second and ray tracing. I don't care about the visual side of things, personally, Supon. I think this game still holds up in the GameCube. Baka agrees with me on that one. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that one too. It all depends on your age and your generation, really, I suppose. But what I am looking forward to is the VR2 support. And I'm looking forward to them expanding upon the story as well. What a fucking time to be alive. I agree. Congrats. So thank you. Thank you, Baka. Ashley didn't look too hot in RE4 remake. Yeah, they probably had to tone her down. How does it feel, Johnny? It feels embarrassing, actually. Because I remember that big video that I made last week. But I didn't say it was going to happen. I wasn't one of those people on YouTube with their leaks. Like, I wasn't saying it was going to happen. I wasn't predicting that Resident Evil 4 was going to be a Switch exclusive. I said it could happen. That's all I ever said. It could happen. I don't care either way. I'm obviously going to get it on VR too. Like, the graphics look 10% better than Village. Do you think so? That's an interesting analogy. What you think about Code Veronica? Yeah, that's the thing. Code Veronica deserved the remake a lot more than 4. A lot more. Code Veronica is a game. It's a Dreamcast game, for fuck's sake. That's a game that deserves a visual remake. You know, again, the game still holds up visually, and again, Backer agrees with me on that one. Ashley looks like a looks like a monkey woman. Anyways, it's actually comical. I don't think that PSVR 2 or Resident Evil 4 will be the full game. It will be. It will be. It will be. It will be because I said VR 2 content. Don't do this to me now, Super. Let's just say they will, for my sanity. Let's just say they will. Yeah, not RE4. Look up. Oh, please, let's just say that they will, for the sake of my absolute sanity. Now, people, come on now. I need my sanity intact. But you know, either way though, I don't mind too much though. You know, just some kind of Resident Evil experience. At least we're getting Resident Evil Village in VR anyway. At least we're getting that. Oh, we have to match the I'll do that in a second. I'll read the comments first. Have you played Dragon's Dogma? I have not played that. Actually, I have not played that. Give Code Veronica. Yeah, we need a Code Veronica remake. I can't wait for Resident Evil 5 remake. Supon, if that happens, I swear to God, man, I will slap you silly. Don't let Capcom hear you say that, right? Don't let Capcom hear you say that. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I did it accidentally. Most of the puzzles I complete in Resident Evil are accidental, to be honest with you. Seeing you play one of the greatest games of all time is amazing, entertaining, but the goddamn TV is small and I have to watch it on portrait mode. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's probably one of the good things about the remasters, isn't it? Especially being able to stream them like directly from the console, definitely. But at least we can look forward to the remake of me doing that. Why is Leo not Mexican in the remake? Yeah. Good question though. At least Capcom don't go all woke when they're making their games. They don't care. I mean, they know that Leon is a Caucasian American, and they'll make him a Caucasian American. They won't cave into this woke bullshit like when they're making their games, which is great. Like, you know what I mean? I think you'd love Dragon's Dogma. It's all the one game. Consider at the same level as RE4. Jesus, I didn't know that. I might give it a go if I see it on sale. Just play the RE4 on PS5, man. I want to see the game properly. No, Supan. I want to show the original version. I hear you, though. I hear you. That is 1%. No. Charge up your phone. I'll slap you silly. The wedding's off otherwise. But, no, I hear what you're saying completely, Supan. I hear what you're saying completely. Obviously, it looks far better on PS5, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, I hear you, man. I do. But I just want to show the original version, that's all. There's Lord Sadler. I don't think we know at this stage who he actually is, but it is Lord Sadler nonetheless. I mean, I'm not saying that this game looks like a PS4 game or a PS5 game by any means. I just still think it holds up visually, you know. Some documents. I love reading documents in Resident Evil, to be honest. Ada looked hot, even she wasn't showing. Yeah, they showed a glimpse of her just to show people that she's actually going to be still in the game. Her new cloth design looks like RE6, but how can we see the original version when they aren't even close to the TV? All right, boy, with your criticism. All right, boy, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. You're going to buy me some professional equipment, Supon. Yeah, the big cheese. Oh yeah, we saw the big cheese as well. Man, he looked amazing. He looked amazing. But RE4 remake be open world. Let's hope not. I don't want that. Get a capture card. Yeah, you buy it for me then. You buy it for me then. No chat, but it will be more open than. It won't be more open than Resident Evil 8. You fool. He's just bashing RE Village left, right, and centre. Chief's note. As instructed by Lord Sadler, I have the agent in confinement alive. Why keep him alive? I do not fully understand what the Lord's intentions are. I would, however, think he'd keep them separate, not confine them together, as he has been ordered. I don't expect Louis will trust a stranger, But if by chance they did cooperate, the situation could get a little more complicated. If for some reason an unknown third party is involved, which Ada is, I don't think they'd let a chance that this slip by. But maybe it's all Lord Sadler's ploy, leaving us vulnerable so that the third party will surface if they even exist. That is, it's an unlikely possibility, but if it's a prowler, it's already amongst us. Then our plans could be ruined. I guess the Lord thinks it's worth to risk. If we're able to stop whatever conspiracy is at work, at this rate, it's the Lord's call. We will trust His judgment as always. The big cheese wore a hat. He looked like Mr. X. You fool. You fool. Call me a fool, Supron. I'll call you a fool, right? I liked RE8 Village. Yeah, RE Village. RE Village, greatest Resident Evil game of all time. RE8 is the most linear game you can ever play. You don't get... I respect your opinion, but it's a shit opinion. I don't like the main character, though. He was wuss. That's great, man. Glad you liked it. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that how it is now, Supon? Backer likes Resident Evil Village, and Supon is all like, that's great. I like Resident Evil Village, however, and all I get is, the game is trash. Fuck's sake. Where's the RE8? Exactly. They better show it now at Jeff Keighley's event, for fuck's sake. He's the second most sufferable character. His acting is bad. RE8 DLC delayed. Don't be saying that now, Supon. Can't put up with that now. RE8 was definitely linear, but it felt like they at least tried to do something similar to RE4. Yeah, they tried, but it wasn't. I liked your shit opinion. Oh yeah, but my opinion is shit, but Backer's opinion isn't. Is that how it is? Fuck you, Supon. You prick. Joke. Right. That is the key to get into the church that me and Supon were supposed to be getting married. But that's not happening anymore now. It's off. Yeah, the merchant in it is my favourite. Yeah, the merchant, man. You can't beat the merchant. There he is. The big cheese himself. I said there's an awful smell of cheese off him too, I'd say. By the looks of him. Big old cheesy bear on top of him.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
Whatever. Full of shit.
What? Same blood?
You're infected, Leon. You're infected with the Las Plagas. Fuck you, Johnny Con, you prick. Fucking mosquito. Don't call me a mosquito. You're a wasp. That's what you are. We could have killed Leon right there. Ended the whole game. Pity they fucking didn't, to be honest with you, because he would have become the most overrated. He would become the most overrated character in the series. So it's a pity they didn't fucking kill him off, to be honest. Go back and open the door. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and open the door. Do you know what though? If they bring this music into the remake, I'll be delighted. I think it's iconic. It's an iconic piece of music, to be honest.
Leon, I've been able to get some new info that might help you.
Fill me in.
Apparently, there's a religious cult group involved. They're called the Los Illuminados.
Los Illuminados? That's a mouthful. Anyway, I had an unexpected run-in with the big cheese of this village.
But you're okay, right?
Yeah, but he could have killed me, but he let me live. And he mentioned something about me carrying the same blood as them. Whatever that means.
Carry the same blood. Huh. Interesting.
Anyway, there are more important things than solving riddles right now.
You're right. Hurry and find that church, Leon.
No, not going there anymore. because the wedding is off. But fun facts, in one of the early versions of Resident Evil 4, because as I mentioned earlier, there was lots of versions of Resident Evil 4. One of them was that Leon S. Kennedy was actually going to infiltrate. Um, one of them was the European headquarters of Umbrella. The other one was Spencer's estate, the CEO, co-founder of the Umbrella Corporation. But he was actually infected with the progenitor virus. So originally he was supposed to be infected with the progenitor virus. Just a fun fact. Fun fact there. Is that hidden cutscene in the GameCube version? No, it wouldn't be a hidden. No, it wouldn't be a hidden cutscene because the GameCube version was the original version. Oh no, game is going to turn into the scariest game ever because of the change. They haven't showed him yet though. That's the thing. Oh man, if he isn't in that game, oh there'll be war. Myself and Supon will just riot Capcom's offices, and nobody will be left alive if that happens. To be honest with you, we'll bring our own chainsaws. Isn't that right, Supon? We'll bring our own fucking chainsaws. Fuck shit up. I mean, when you go back to the room. I'll try it down in a second. So I just wanted to pause over a second. We've got a good few viewers as well. We've got Baka, Supon, and chat. So the reason I titled the live stream, "I'm glad I walked away from Oculus Quest 2," was because you see, I was getting so frustrated that Sony wasn't giving us any concrete launch details for their upcoming VR2. Like when I heard about VR2, I was delighted because finally it was an out of the box VR experience. You didn't need to hook it up to anything else other than just the console itself. So I was delighted for that. I was delighted when I heard that it was going to be 4K OLED display as well. And I just wanted VR2. And the weeks passed and the months passed, and I was like, "Come on, PlayStation, give me VR2." And then I saw Quest 2, um, a couple of months back, right, a good couple of months back, and I realized I didn't know at the time, but I realized that you literally just turn on the headset, put it on, and play it. You don't need any console, no PC, no nothing. I was like, "This is fantastic," I said to myself. And then I knew about Resident Evil 4. So I was really tempted because I wanted to experience Resident Evil 4 in VR. And then a couple of weeks back, I was standing in front of it again, and I had the money with me and everything. I was really debating whether to get it or not. Right, I wanted it so bad. Um, I stood in front of it. I looked at it. I looked at the marketing material for Resident Evil 4, and I said to myself, no, no, because I said to myself, what's going to happen is VR2 will come out, and then Oculus Quest 2 will gather dust. So I made a decision and I walked away. And then last night in PlayStation's State of Play, they literally open up with, "Here, Johnny, here's Resident Evil 4, but far better because it's going to be remade. It's on PS5. It's going to be on PS5 VR2 as well. So there's your VR experience, Johnny. Here's your 4K OLED Resident Evil 4 experience in VR. You're welcome, Johnny." So I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And the reason I'm playing the original version is because I always like to go back to the original version. Here we go. Okay, chainsaw are the best thing ever happened. Do you know on the PS? I think it's the PS2 version, or actually, it might have been the original GameCube version. You can actually get a chainsaw controller. I want RE4 collector's edition and VR. That would be nice, actually, a collector's edition. VR2. One guy tried to convince me to buy Quest 2 PSVR is going to be expensive and not worth getting. What a fucking gatekeeper that guy is. Yeah, what an idiot that guy is. I could have been that guy. I'm glad I wasn't. Okay, the door that he came from, which was which door? I'm gonna wait. I haven't seen this cutscene before. Which door? You mean this door here, or you mean downstairs? Because I haven't seen this cutscene. I'm gonna wait now for Becca to confirm this. No, it was the PS2 version. Oh, okay, cool. I remember seeing that controller, man. I'd love to actually have it, to be honest with you. I think I have the PS2 version somewhere, actually. Somewhere, I don't know where. Top one you came out of before the cutscene. That I came out of? I presume you mean this one here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Christ. You're right. Is this only in the GameCube version? Is that what you meant? Oh, it's Ada. Is that what you meant, Becca? So we got a glimpse. We got the first glimpse of Ada. We don't know for sure it's Ada, but still, she hasn't officially introduced herself as Ada. I don't even know. Is that actually exclusive to the GameCube version, or did they bring it into the other versions? I don't even know. So what now? Behind you, I'm gonna buy RE4 for the 9th time. I'm gonna play it 69,000. RE4 and RE5 are my most played games. I can imagine that 5 is definitely. Isn't it awesome? It is really. Is this exclusive to the GameCube version? That's only in the GameCube, Johnny. Oh, that's not only in the GameCube version. I'm I would have expected Supon to clarify that. Is that just Nintendo, Danny? I think it's in the others too. Oh, okay, cool. But most people don't know about it. Did you know about it, Supon? Johnny, have you never? Oh, for fuck's sake! I presume. No, I haven't seen it, Supon. I am shocked you never see. Ah, shut up, Supon. You're roasting up a Supon for never seeing this cutscene. I don't think I did. I can't remember anyway. To be honest, I can't remember. I might have. Woman in Red, somehow so familiar. Okay. Oh wait, now where am I going? Lord Sadler. This must be a painting of that church. I hope Ashley's still okay. I don't care about Ashley. Ashley can just. Well, there's somebody in here, isn't there? I'm just taking a piss. No more pissing for you. Headshot. This cutscene is also in separate ways. Yeah, because it's from the perspective of Ada Wong. You're right. You, my man, need to replay RE4 again to remember everything. I am. That's what I'm doing. I'm disappointed RE4 doesn't have a platinum trophy. What? Resident Evil 4 doesn't have a platinum trophy? What do you mean? You mean you can't platinum Resident Evil 4? Actually hot. Take a wee, this guy. Well, he's dead now. What time is it? I'm getting too carried away with myself now here. Right, so we're going to go back to the village. I think. Yeah. I'll save it. Save the game as many times as possible. Oh man, I just can't wait to experience this in VR. Like Resident Evil is like I actually played Resident Evil. Take the brown chicken, yes. I played Resident Evil 7 in VR. It was one of the earliest games I've played in VR, and I loved it. Yeah, like Resident Evil is what I want the most on VR. So I'm so glad that Resident Evil 4 Remake is getting VR, and Resident Evil Village is getting VR as well. But yeah, again, I'm just so glad I actually walked away from Quest 2. I could have bought Quest 2 back then, and I could have spent €300 on it, and I could have downloaded Resident Evil 4. I'm playing it right now, thinking it's great. And then last night, watching the Resident Evil 4 Remake reveal, seeing that it's coming to VR 2, and I would have been so disappointed, you know? So I'm glad I walked away again. Oh God, Chainsaw Guy is back. Yeah, there's no platinum trophy for... That's fucked up. By the way, off topic, Dragon Dogma PS4. Nice. I am a guy who saves on separate 3 save files. So whenever I make a mistake and knows to go back, that's a good idea actually. Village VR looked exactly the same as RE4 VR. It looked fantastic, man. Don't be bashing it, man. The reason I mention is because Dragon's Dogma 2 is rumored to be on next Capcom game to come out. It's made by the guy that made Devil May Cry. Oh, nice one. Didn't know that. Johnny giving €300 to Facebook. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. I mean, you can afford it, Johnny, so why would you be I'd be disappointed because it would be gathering dust as soon as VR2 comes out, and then finding out that Resident Evil 4 is getting a full-on remake. I mean, that Resident Evil 4 and Quest 2 can suck my balls, because that's a terrible game compared to the remake. I mean, the remake is going to be far better, so that's why I'm glad I waited, and that's why I would have been disappointed if I bought it, do you know what I mean? Poo-pee my pants. Jesus, Supon. Get yourself cleaned up, mate. Clean yourself up there, mate. Disgrace. You want a piece of me? Will I try and egg him? Will I try and egg him? Because I saved it anyway. Come here. Come here, you fucking cunt. Oh! So Supon is shitting himself right now. Johnny, why did you do that? Why did you make him angry? I made him angry because I wanted to. Deal with it. I'll just try and make a chainsaw guy. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Am I going backwards? No, no, no. I actually thought for a second I was going backwards there. I was actually going to snap. Johnny, what do you think of the cat game Stray? I love cats, so I love Stray. No remake is going to be better because it's a reimagining game, not a remake. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's a bit like Resident Evil 1 remake. That was also kind of reimagining as well, to an extent. Kill Chainsaw Guy. No, it takes too much bullets. Don't get yourself killed. I am a pussy boy. Johnny, get good. I already got good, man. Kill Chainsaw Guy for 10,000. No, because it'll take up too much ammo, man. Too much ammo. I know you get a lot of gold, like, but too much ammo. I think it's not out of fish. But as you combine, shit, I used. Oh, it doesn't matter. I want to combine though. Okay. Open the door for God's sake. Stray is going to be amazing game of the year 2022. Oh man, yeah, I'm hyped for it as well. You've hurt my feelings by not killing Chainsaw Guy. Well, tough. I'm not wasting ammo. No, RE1 wasn't reimagining. It's the best. It's the best remake ever. But to a certain extent, it kind of is a reimagining because if you stop and think about it, Supon, it introduced this whole thing of the Spencer family and Lisa Trevor and stuff like that as well. Like, and it kind of expanded more on Spencer's story as well. So it is a little bit like a reimagining. Okay. But I see what you're saying. You get more ammo if you kill him. Yeah, but still, like, I'm not killing him anyway. He really has forgotten how to. You shut the fuck up, Supon. Pisses me off when he says that. Like, I play the game my way, Supon, right? Not your way. So shut up. No, really, man, it pisses me off when you say stuff like that. Like. forgot how to play the game. And I what time is it? Anyway, that's going to be the end of the live stream anyway. So all I wanted to say was, again, I am so glad I walked away from Quest 2. It was a tough decision, but it was the right decision, because the motivation for me wanting to get Quest 2 was Resident Evil 4, which is on Quest 2. So by walking away from that, and then last night seeing Resident Evil 4 Remake officially get announced with VR2 support, it just made the decision so worth it. And then obviously I want to have some gameplay in the background, and what better game to play than Resident Evil 4 Remake, the original version on GameCube that somehow pisses off Supon. I don't know why. If it wasn't for, I'll argue, if it wasn't for Nintendo, Resident Evil wouldn't be as mainstream as it is today. I made the right decision, I sure did. VR1 also catched a lot of dust, so I expect the same for VR2. I don't think VR2 is going to catch dust, man. I think they're doing a far better job. I'm glad I didn't get VR1, because VR1 just everything was connected to it, man. It was like, that's my Wii, by the way. Like, everything was like connected. That's what it was like, man. You know, it's just there was too many connections, man. There was too many wires, man. Do you know what I mean? It felt like something like fucking Star Trek or some shit, man. You know, it was ridiculous. I'm just making sure that I had it saved. I always do that, man. It's the retro's way of. Baka will know this now. This is the way to do it. This is the way to do it, man. Always make sure you've saved your game. Because there's no auto save like back then, like, you know. There was no auto save. Yeah. And chat there for a while if you want before I end the live stream. It's just I didn't want to do any more gameplay because I wouldn't have had more time. I wouldn't have had enough time to do some more gameplay. We can just chat away there for a little bit if you want. What collector's edition you have in general, like just games in general? I've got quite a few. I have the Resident Evil 2 collector's edition, like the remake, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Switch. I have the Bayonetta collection. I've got a few collections, yeah. Sonic Mania collection. I have a Mortal Kombat 11 collection. I have quite a few. No, tell the truth. Quest 2 has no wires, but VR1 has like one or two. Yeah, VR1 is a lot more wires. Maybe get good. Maybe shut your fucking mouth, Supon. How about that? You annoying cunt. No, I'm joking. Show you a little bit of the box again. Do you know what I like about the back of the box, man? It's just how it says, like, it just says forget everything you know about Resident Evil. Like, forget Raccoon City. You know, it just literally straight off the bat, it says forget Raccoon City. Visually breathtaking, massive and terrifying Central European location means fear has a new home. And at the time, Resident Evil had a new home. Forget zombies. Face enemies that are quick, intelligent, and more menacing. They'll push you to the limits of survival. And then forget old gameplay. New intuitive controls, aimed weapons, and viewpoint mean you're closer to the terror than ever before. Forget everything you know about Resident Evil. The boldest statement. Forget survival horror. They're telling you to forget survival horror. This is the most epic, intense, and horrific action game ever. So Supon, all of that, man, started on Nintendo GameCube. So you have Nintendo, and you have the Nintendo GameCube to thank for this game. And this game, as we all know, we have to thank for propelling the Resident Evil series, and not only the Resident Evil series, but lots of other games as well. So yeah, tank Nintendo, boy. I'll just slap the head off you. Joke. I want RE4 Collector's Edition of Remake and Village and 2. You want it all? You want it all? Yeah, I bought VR1. You bought VR1, nice man. Did you play Resident Evil 7? And I enjoyed it. I mostly got it for other people to experience VR. I've had a lot of fun reactions from older people, particularly. Oh, that would actually be funny, to be honest with you. And 5, they're not wrong. Nintendo, thank you for sucking my Fuck you, Supon. You fucking... Oh, you're an irritating little bastard, aren't you? And you knows it too, like. You fucking knows it too, like. Dude, RE7 in VR. Get out of that. Oh, it's beyond scary, man. I've experienced it too. I've experienced it as well, man. Well, who do you thank for Resident Evil 4, Supon? Who do you thank? Hmm? You wouldn't be playing. You wouldn't be punching boulders if it hadn't been for Nintendo. Put it that way. Boom. Ha. The box art is actually fantastic. Actually, the original box art. You actually see Chainsaw Guy. Man, if they don't include Chainsaw Guy in the remake, then they're just insane. Do you know what I'm making a prediction actually? RE7 is scary. No, RE8 is scary. I'll buy you Dragon's Dogma if you'll play it on your next stream. I thank Shinji Mikami. Yeah, and what did he make it on? What did he do? Shinji Mikami went to Nintendo and said, we want to bring the remake of Resident Evil, the prequel of Resident Evil, and the next entry of Resident Evil on your superior hardware, the Nintendo GameCube, because he knew at the time that it was the most superior hardware. I know I want to talk about something. See, it makes sense, right, that Resident Evil 4 Remake is not kind of exclusive to Switch, because obviously things are different now. Back then, Nintendo GameCube was the most superior hardware. No, it's not. So Capcom want to make their games on superior hardware, depending what they're trying to do, depending on the game and depending on the direction. Do you know what I mean? But back then, that's what it was, man. Shinji Mikami went to Nintendo, went to the GameCube because it had a superior hardware. So you can thank Nintendo's hardware more than anything else, boy. The father milker, no. Well, yeah, technically, yeah, he is the father, yeah. But the mother of Resident Evil 4, what gave birth to Resident Evil 4, is Nintendo and the GameCube. The choice to go to small disc was a dumb choice. Yes, it was. It 100% was, because it meant that they couldn't put as much content onto it. That's why you see. That's why there's two. That's why they had to put it on 2 discs. So yeah, you are correct. Hardware may have been good, but come on, it was the most powerful hardware of its time, man. I mean, the visuals of GameCube, man, was unbelievable, man. But yeah, it was a dumb decision to put it on 2 discs. No PS5 superior console. Yes, it is. People who like Xbox just for new frame rates and resolution are just noise and milking it. There's a lot more to gaming than just frame rates and visuals nowadays, man. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a dumb decision. Yeah, but did it have online multiplayer? Yeah, it actually did. There actually was 1 or 2 games on GameCube that actually had online multiplayer. And here's the thing, right, Becca? Here's the thing, right? I mean, you can sing PlayStation and Xbox's praises all you want about online gaming, right? But it was actually the Sega Dreamcast that actually introduced online gaming. You would be absolutely mind-blowing by what the Dreamcast was capable of when it comes to online. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, you could even download expansion packs onto it and everything. You could download stuff onto it. It had a website you could log into and everything, so you could interact with the game. And it had online multiplayer. So that was well before Xbox Live and well before PlayStation's online service. So that's one for you. Man. Yeah, so did PS2, but guess what, Supon? History lesson, Zoomer. Dreamcast got released well before PS2, so take that one. Suck on that. Dreamcast was the best classic console. It was totally a game changing. Yeah, it was completely game changing, man. It was completely ahead of its time. Like, I mean, that's what you have to understand. Like, it was way ahead of its time. The Dreamcast was doing online multiplayer well before Nintendo, well before Sony, and well before Microsoft. In terms of consoles, anyway, when it comes to Microsoft. It's so sad that Nintendo choked it out. Yeah, they choked out Sega. They killed Sega. How the hell do you play multiplayer on PS2? Connect to the internet? Yeah, Dreamcast console that was 20 years ahead of its time. I wouldn't say 20 years ahead of its time, no, but it was definitely. No, I'm actually a millennium. I keep telling you, you're the Zoomer. It wasn't 20 years ahead of its time, but it was definitely a good few years ahead of its time. Definitely the graphics, memory cards, online play. So yeah, all that kind of stuff, man. It was way ahead of its time. I mean, like, I think the batteries are gone. No, these. I don't know if they're still. I don't even think I have a battery in this actually, do I? No, I don't think any of these are actually working now. But I mean, visual memory units on the Dreamcast, you know, like acted like mini consoles with like built-in like mini games. You could check your game files, delete them. You could transfer them between one and the other. Oh man, it was so ahead of its time, like so ahead of its time. See Nintendo kill Sega. See, that's why Nintendo's. Shut the fuck up, Superman. Oh, I'll tell you about. He fucking irritates me the best of times, you know. Supon. He'd be irritating me. Anyway, I'm going to watch some gameplay of Sonic Frontiers. So thank you everyone for watching the live stream. Hope you enjoyed. Really appreciate you watching. And as I said, I'm so glad that I made the right decision to wait for VR2, because exactly what I wanted is coming. All I wanted was Resident Evil 4 in VR, and that's exactly what's happening. So glad I waited. So glad I waited. Hindsight is always 2020. To think Sega would have been the big player, it had been successful, and then it got killed. Johnny is being paid. Oh, you pissed me off, man, so much, man. You say shit like that, man. I can say the same thing about you, man, getting paid for, you know, fucking brushing PlayStation's you know, bullshit under the carpet at the best of times, you know. Oh man, stop acting so annoying, Supon, before I end the live stream. Stop being so annoying like that, like, you know, saying I'm being paid by Nintendo and all this kind of shit, like. Stop it, man. It actually irritates the fuck out of me. I'm simply stating facts at the end of the day. Like, it is a fact. It is a fact, right, that Capcom went to Nintendo and said, we want to bring our Resident Evil games, the remake, the prequel, and 4, to your hardware, Nintendo hardware. So Nintendo are the ones who actually allowed this game to happen. That's why I say Nintendo is the mother of Resident Evil 4. And the GameCube is its home. So upon, whether you like that or not, I can do fuck all about that, whether you like it or not, but it's fact. I'm not being paid to say it, it's fact. It's part of the history of Resident Evil 4. I'm telling you the history of Resident Evil 4. I'm not interested if you like the history or not. It is what it is. Okay? And the GameCube was the most superior hardware of its generation. And without Nintendo, without the GameCube, this game wouldn't have been able to flourish. And without Resident Evil 4 being able to flourish, there wouldn't have been games like this, and the Resident Evil series wouldn't have been as successful as it is. I'm not getting paid to say it, I'm just fucking saying it. Alright? It pisses me off. I'm telling you, man. It pisses me off at the best of times, man. He really fucking does, like. You suck at games, Gecko. Oh, I'm telling you one thing, man. That was cool. Honeymoon phase is over. Man, the honeymoon phase didn't even get started, man. Can't wait to get married. Okay, I will stop. Please just stop. Facts, what that? He doesn't know what the facts are. Is this a shotgun wedding? Yeah, it is a shotgun wedding, because I'm going to grab the fucking shotgun and I'm going to shove it up his fucking hole, pull the trigger, and that's the only fucking honeymoon sex he's fucking getting. No, I'm going to go now. So thanks for watching the live stream, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again.